The following non-nominated, non-award-winning program is rated D for dumb. The following program is rated D for dumb.
Hello, everybody. Dave Canyon here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day. Wherever you are, however you are, thank you for tuning in to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the one and only solo podcast host, Dave Canyon, here with you. And this show has a subtitle, Pragmatism, Truth, Happiness, and the Search for It All. Thank you for joining me during my commute. That's how I record the show in my 2008 Kia Rio LX. I got the LX model, by the way. I'm not sure if it came in a model that wasn't LX, but it sounds impressive, doesn't it? LX. Anyway, this is my porta potty, P-O-R-T-A hyphen, maybe, P-O-D-D-Y. This is where I do almost like all my shows. Half hour apiece. I do it during my commute so you can enjoy it during your commute. Yes, it's also the fastest podcast on earth because in about a minute or so, as I go through the now closed and unutilized toll booths that are still standing here on the New York State Thruway at exit 23 in Albany, New York, I will be soon on the New York State Thruway. Traveling of speeds of at least 65 miles an hour. Now, if you hear in any of the 1.8 million podcasts that are out there today, somebody saying that their podcast is also called a dumbcast, in a carcast in a podcast. If they refer to their podcast as the fastest podcast on earth, if they refer to their podcast with the subtitle, Pragmatism, Truth, Happiness, and the Search for It All, if they say any of those things, if they refer to their vehicle as a porta potty, please report back to me. Report back to me with details, because I believe you're listening to a show that's quite unique. Also quite unique in its lack of respect and its lack of popularity and its lack of support by people I know and people I don't know in the industry and all that. But that's okay. This is episode 293, I think it is. And we are now southbound the New York State Thruway as we turn on the turbines of this Kia Rio 2008 LX. We'll do a mileage report and we'll do a weather report. It is, in fact, March 26th. It's a Friday morning. It's 5:50 in the morning. 5:50. Quite early for me. And with the daylight savings time, guess what? Let me do the weather report real quickly. Let me do the weather report, and then I'll do the mileage report. It's not brought to you by anybody. It's not sponsored by anybody. I'll tell you what. I'll be nice. Dumbing It Down with Dave. Traffic and weather report is brought to you by Awesome Insanity Surfers. Awesome Insanity Surfers. Also the makers of AI voices that are provided to the show by the great Linda Irwin. Also check out Linda Irwin's podcast, Tom and Paul Off the Wall. Or is it Off the Wall with Tom and Paul? It doesn't matter. But it's here on Spreaker. It's Tom and Paul Off the Wall. Thank you, Linda. Also, this weather and mileage report is brought to you by Radio Hope. Radio Hope is a show you can hear every day on Spreaker at 9 a.m. I don't think it's heard anywhere. Oh, no. It's also heard every day, daily, 9 a.m. on Muck Radio, MUKRADIO, muckradio.com, whose host of the show is Mike Myers, the famous Mike Myers, Mike, M-Y-E-R-S, Mike Myers. And Muck Radio is also a home, one of the internet radio station homes of Dumbing It Down with Dave. Also, this weather and traffic report is brought to you by Luke Loses. Luke Loses. Follow the chronicles of a young man, I think in his early 30s, living somewhere in the middle of the country of the United States of America, and follow his journey of weight loss or weight gain. I don't know. Every week we do a weigh-in. He does a weigh-in. I don't do a weigh-in. He does a weigh-in. Not a weigh-in like he does a weigh-in like a weigh-in brother. Like he doesn't do a weigh-in brother. He does a weigh-in. He weighs in. All right. And you can follow his trials and tribulations of his weight loss and who knows, maybe weight gains. Anyway, Luke Loses. You could hear his show. Okay, who have I left out? A lot of people. But today, that's the weather report. By the way, If you would like the weather report or the traffic report, and or the mileage report, if you would like to sponsor it, here's what you do. Dial or hit the buttons. Dial. Is it still considered dialing if you have a push button or if you have a cell phone? All right, let's just say for argument's sake, dial or call into the Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline, also known as the Dumb Line. It's known to me as the Dumb Line. It's not really known to anybody else because nobody else really cares or listens. So that number is 3477-I-AM-DUMB. The letter I, the letter M, dumb. 3477-I-AM-DUMB or 347-746-3862. So here's my offer to all you podcasters or anybody who has a business or something you want to promote. Call that number, those numbers, it's the same number. One's numerical, one is not. And leave your message. Leave it clean. Try to keep it, 15 to 30 seconds for this particular thing. You can also call those numbers if you're a listener, an everyday listener, a podcast listener, or just a listener, and you want to leave a comment. But make sure it's clean. It has, when I say clean, it means zero profanity. Not clean like Hillary Clinton clean, where she said, should I just rub it down? Should I wipe it down? Is that how you clean a hard? You wipe it down? I'll get one of my interns. We'll wipe it down. No. Keep it clean. No profanity. So let's say you have a podcast. You want me to, you want to mention it. Go ahead. Hey, everybody. This is so-and-so from the So-and-so podcast. And today we are the proud, we like to bring you to, however you do it. Listen, I'm not going to do it for you. You do it yourself. Be creative. Maybe tie it into the theme of your show. All right, anyway. Started to sound angry there a little bit, didn't I? All right. So today is March 26th. It is 5:54 because I took, I don't know how many minutes to do this icebreaker. And you'll find out in a second maybe why I'm all wound up. But if I ever get to it. So call those numbers and we'll do a weather report. And you can make a separate one for the traffic report. Not traffic. Weather report and the mileage report. Okay. Weather report is, by the way, and this is not a joke. Not a joke. You're not going to be able to guess what I'm about to say. Maybe one of you are smart enough to guess what I'm about to say. The weather report right now, and this is going back to the days of George Carlin, I think, but it's not intentional. The weather report right now is it's dark. And it will continue to be dark until the sun comes up. That's how early I'm going home. It's dark. But I know it rained last night here and there and this and that, a couple of showers. And the weather, the temperature's like 50, 60 some odd degrees. It's supposed to get up to 70 today in upstate New York. And the weather is going to be nice. Again, for those of you who are looking to move to somewhere, I suggest New York State. But not a lot of you. Too many of you will be no good. A few of you. I'm not like, the President of the United States that says, well, yeah, come on up. Yeah. Just, it's only 500 or 1,000 miles. Send us your smallest, youngest, unaccompanied children, and we'll see what we can do about accommodations. No, I don't want a lot of you here. Just a few of you, just enough. Got a lot of people leaving the state. I wonder why. I can tell you why. Because apparently it's unaffordable. Apparently I'm one of the few people, what is that, my favorite word? It seems like I'm one of the few people that actually bought a house at a very low price about 27 years ago. It's all been paid off for I don't know how many years now. And I can afford to live here. Anyway, the secret is to buy a shack. If you really want to know the truth, when you buy a house, have no money, get one of those 100% FHA loans, and get a really cheap shack. Do not do any repairs to it for 20 years. Pay off your mortgage, and if the house is still standing, then start to renovate. That's my secret to success. That's my strategy. All right, March 26th, it is dark out. It's very early in the morning. I'm getting done early. And the traffic, the weather, the mileage report is, if I wait 1 mile, it'll really be exciting. Let me wait 1 mile, and then I will give you the mileage report. I think this is episode 293, and I really appreciate you guys following along with me for 293 some odd episodes. Today is going to be a good one, I hope, because I'm fired up. I wish I kept notes, but I did not know. All right, here we go. It just happened. Today's mileage report, my 2008 Kia Rio X, brought to you by anybody who might just call the Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline, 3477, I am dumb, the letter I, the letter M, dumb, or 347-746-3862. The mileage report is timpani. Linda, can I get a timpani? Do you know how to do that? Can you create like a timpani? I don't know, 10 seconds? Boom. You know, like when Jerry Lewis used to do the muscular dystrophy telephones? And then that joyous music right afterwards. Can you do that? That'd be great. Can anybody do that? Can anybody do any sound effects for me? Just let me know what you can do. I'd love to have it. You know, listen, you're all listening every day. You can be a part of the show. You don't have to sit there and just comment thumbs up. You can participate. Thumbs up. All right. The mileage report is 293,900 miles. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, that's a lot for a 2008 Kia Rio X. 293,900 miles. Will it make it? By the way, what's the under and over? Will this Kia make it to 300,000? Ooh. I don't know. Anyway, I've given you guys so much to do. I gave you homework in the last episode. Nobody participated. I couldn't even begin to tell you what I asked you to do. I sometimes, every so often, I try to engage you, and then the comments go dark. The more I try to engage you, the more quieter you get. Dave, you're really hostile today. Yes, I am. I forced myself to listen to the President of the United States of America give a press conference yesterday. His first one in, 67 days or 73, some world record event, the longest any president has taken to get up to bring the country up to speed into what he's doing and what he's up to. And then there's like 5 reporters in the room, and they're all sitting 20 feet apart in a chair. It looks like they're about to play the dumbest game, the worst organized game of musical chairs, because they're all sitting so far apart. And the camera only shows the back of them. And let me tell you something. When it comes to presidential press conferences and or sports conferences, when a guy, after a game, I just want to put this out there. All right, here we go. Big event, big news. Why is the press never mic'd? They're never. You always hear like a distant voice in the back, like in the Mets press conference. Why don't you second base? I'm like, what did he just ask? And then the coach, the manager, the player never says, "Oh, that's a great question, Joe." Joe Blow from Newsday. Oh, let me repeat that question so everybody can hear it. No. They just answered the question. I don't know what he's answering. I don't know what he asked. What is he answering? I'm in the dark. I don't understand. What is so hard to mic the press? Yes, I know. There are some press conferences where they actually do mic. I get it. But they're just 99% of the press conferences I listen to, sports or otherwise. And by the way, I don't even listen to a lot of sports. I just happen to listen to a lot of sports press conferences for some. I guess I'm a sports press conference junkie, addict. That's not true. Anyway, I can't hear the question. Okay. So today, this morning, I forced myself to listen to Joe Biden, the 46th president of the United States, I listened to the press conference. And I wasn't going to, because it popped up on my feed. I was like, no, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to listen to Tucker Carlson. I listened to Tucker Carlson, and he gave it a review of it, which, by the way, I disagree with his review. Tucker Carlson was very hard on Joe Biden, but I disagree. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I haven't listened to the great Ben Shapiro. I don't know what he's going to say. But let me tell you what I'm going to say. This is it. This is what's got me fired up. Fire! Grown man sitting in a 2008 Kia Rio LX, traveling at speeds not even 65 miles an hour. Come on, Dave, put your foot in it. What the hell am I doing out here like an old man? 62 miles an hour. I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm going to go to the bathroom, too. Got to make poops. My morning poops. Because I take a Metamucil every day before I go to work. And now the Metamucil saying, Dave, time's up. Got to go. Anyway, yeah, I don't think it was as bad as Tucker Carlson made this press conference out to be. I think Joe Biden did a great job. One of the tough questions that he fielded, and I'm not kidding, I'm really serious. If I was a journalism major and I went to college, I assume, I don't know, Yale, Harvard, Columbia, Northeastern, Northwestern, Notre Dame, USC, UCLA, whatever. Whatever the school, the College of Great Journalism. If I went to the College of Great NYU, 4 years of journalism. You probably were in the school paper in high school. I like writing. I like informing people of the news. I think I'm going to be a journalist. Mom, Dad, I decided my major. What's it going to be? I'm going to go to journalism. Oh, boy. You're going to work for the press? Yes. Okay. Make sure you ask tough questions. Well, who? Let me see, Dad. I learned this in my senior year of high school. Who, what, where, why, how, when. I think there might be one more. It's the hardest W out of all the W's. I think there's 7. Maybe there's just 6. Maybe I'll just get a 90 on my test and not 100. Don't worry about it, honey. You'll get there. You'll figure it out. Good luck on your college career. And good luck on your major. Good luck on your career as a journalist. And then you get assigned to be part of the White House press corps. You're standing more than 6 feet from the President of the United States. Maybe 8 feet, maybe 10 feet. I don't know. You stand up on pretty much nationwide TV, and the camera looks at your back, your backside. You stand up, and somebody comes and doesn't put a microphone in your face because, God forbid, we should hear your question. But you're picked up because your sound bounces off the walls in this empty room. Wherever it was, this crappy press conference. Why was the press conference in the place where they have press conference? Are they redecorating the press conference room? Which, by the way, from what I understand, used to be a pool. Does anybody know that? Is that true? That the room where they have those press conferences is... Oh, maybe that's not where they have the press conferences? I'm thinking of a different room. Apparently that's where the pool was, and Nixon got rid of the pool. Is that true? That's why it's shaped like a little rectangle? That's why they... I don't know. Whatever. Try to confirm if it's true or not. I don't know. I heard that's true. So this lady, this woman, I don't know who she was. A lot of interesting names I heard today in the press conference. After 4 years, I don't know if she has her master's. Maybe if she had her master's, she wouldn't have asked such a tough question. Maybe. I don't know. She stood up. The president called out her name. She stood up and she asked him, President Biden, the American people need to know. We must know. And I got nervous. I was like, oh my God, Joe, don't blow this one. Because if she says I need to know, please get it right. I need to know. I didn't know I need to know. I didn't need to know anything, really. I felt like that at about 1:15. I felt like I don't need to know anything. And then when she started to talk, I went, wait a minute. I guess I need to know something. This woman is smart. She's a college graduate. I'm a high school barely, almost thrown out. She's so smart. All that money, all that college loan money. Got a degree. Who, what, where, how, when, why, and who. And sometimes something else. Maybe it doesn't start with a W. Doesn't how start with an H? Maybe that's the W I'm missing. Anyway, you get it. You understand what I'm saying. She asked the president. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. That's insulting. She asked President Biden, do you expect to be... No, she didn't say expect. Will you be running for president in 2024? Will you be the job you just basically got through some sort of corruption? Yeah, I said it. Whatever cheating, whatever crazy methods happened, whatever crazy cosmicness happened, the worst candidate in all of American history, the most boring person who never left his house, answered one question in 6 months. And the answer was vanilla ice cream. He answered one question. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Sat down in his dungeon because he was afraid to get the COVID. It's a reasonable fear, I guess. I don't know. For a man of his age. He actually said it in the press conference. He's 120 years old. He mentioned being in the Senate 120 years ago. I didn't misunderstand. That was in the closed caption. I was watching this YouTube video. Maybe he said 20 years ago, but on the closed caption it said 120. I think he was trying to be funny. She asked him, after being in office for 70 some odd days, his very, very first press conference. He just got the job. He just stole the job. Whatever. Are you in 3 years and 10 months? Will you be doing this again? Wow! What Mom and Dad must be so proud of you. Look, honey, it's Sheila, whatever her name is. Look who's standing 6 to 12 to 18 feet in front of the president. I assume everybody's in 6 foot increments. Oh, wait a minute, come in here, get out of the kitchen. Come here, look at your daughter. What, you didn't hear what she had? Hold on, she's got a follow-up. Oh, wait, here it comes, here goes. Oh, good, you're here. Here's the follow-up. Well, the follow-up was, will Vice President Harris also be your running mate again? Folks, I don't know what the timestamp is on that. I wish I had more time. I didn't know that this was going to be such a press conference. Not to mention I was driving potentially I was driving a tractor trailer at the time. Theater of the mind. I have to protect myself. I don't want anybody to think I'm watching videos while I drive. I'm sure I was parked at the Malden rest area on my break. I'm allowed to watch videos on my break. But that's the question, and that was the follow-up. Will you be running for president in 2024? And will Vice President Harris be your running mate? Are you kidding me? That's the question? After all of that? After all those classes, all those theories and thesi, all those pencils you sharpened, all those binge nights of drinking, all the near sexual exploits you had, because I'm assuming you kept it virgin for 4 years. I'm just assuming you're a self-respecting woman. You didn't go to college and just have sex every night. You didn't smoke any pot, did you? You didn't experiment with drugs, did you? You didn't dabble in lesbianism, did you? No. You went to college and you studied. You studied the books. You studied the great journalists of our time. And you had great debates, great conversations. You didn't grow up to be a truck driver, spitting, chewing tobacco, scratching yourself in all the most inappropriate places. And when I say places, I mean body parts and places, like in front of the cashier at the Pilot truck stop on the Berkshire Spur on your way to Boston or on your way back. You're not a dumb truck driver. You're not a big, fat, dumb, obese truck driver. Will you be running for president in 2024? Yeah, because you don't have a campaign going. That was, part 2 of the question. She was concerned because he doesn't have his campaign going. 70 days into his stolen job. All right, Dave, enough of that. We get it. You don't believe he really won. Okay, whatever. I mean, really, come on. Can the press can we call her out? Do I have to watch this video a second time and take notes? It's not that far into this. Maybe it is. I don't even remember. I don't remember where. I don't remember the timestamp. I remember saying to myself, "Oh, you got to go back and watch this." But I don't know if I can.
Time is running out.
Oh, I know.
Don't go over.
Okay.
It disrupts everything.
I know.
How much time do you have left?
Really, I don't have my
Are
glasses
you wearing
on.
your glasses?
No, I just said I don't have my glasses on. I can't see. Looks like 26 minutes. Oh, I hope I don't blow it. Okay. Oh, my God. I am not making this up. This is not one of those shows. I don't make up anything on my show. But this is not one of those Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, or, the Laura Ingraham. Any of these shows are not Rachel Maddow. There's no bias here. This is true. A journalist. I'm criticizing not the president. He gave a good answer, really. He was like, well, I think he gave the same answer he gives to everything. He goes, I don't know. Ask Kamala. Ask the vice president. Oh, no, she can't help you because I sent her to the border. Because apparently now she's in charge of the border. What? What? Yes. We don't have really anything for her to do here except to escort me in and out of the rooms. She's basically a paid escort. So we thought that was a little degrading. So we now found an intern. You know how presidents do with interns. We have a great history of success. I really can't see what time it is. Where are my glasses? I got to pause this because I don't want to go over. Oh, good. Okay, I'm back. I found my glasses. So Vice President Harris is now down in Texaco. Tex-Mexico. Texasico. And she's going to go down there and she's going to straighten this whole thing out. She's going to go down there and say, you get a sleeping bag, you get a sleeping bag, you all get a sleeping bag. Everybody gets a COVID shot. And by the way, you're all going back on the Mexico Greyhound bus. Every one of you. So, I tell you what, by the way, so that really irked me, that dumb question. And Biden's response was, he made a face, he was like, I don't know. And I think he was going to say, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive. I think he wanted to say, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive in 2024. Why would you ask an 83-year-old man? I don't know how old he is. Why would you ask that question in his first speech comment? All right. Obviously, you get it. I'm bothered by it. I really want that woman to be fired. No, I don't. I don't want her to lose her job. I just want people to call her out and go, little girl, little woman, little reporter, college graduate, there's a truck driver who's smarter than you out there. He can't control his weight, his food. He can't control his life. This guy just barely got a CDL. The only reason why he has a CDLA because it was an open book test. He's an admitted moron. His show is called Dumbing It Down with Dave. That's how dumb he is. He does a show for 4 people every week. Half-hour show, twice a week. DumbingItDownWithDave.com. But you're college educated. You studied under the greats. At whatever college you went to. Where did you go? DeVry? DeVry Journalism School? Will you be running? By the way, so another woman, Cecilia Vega, whatever, she stood up, she goes, I went down there and I thought they didn't have access. Apparently they had access to the amusement park. There's like one building, they call it the Aspire building, whatever. And she said, I spoke to a 9-year-old boy who took like a 500-mile or 1,000-mile drive. The mother let him go. The mother put him on the road to the Yellow Brick Road to see the wizard. A 9-year-old and a 10-year-old boy traveled together. Can you imagine sending your children out onto the New York State Thruway or the Garden State Parkway or the Turnpike? Can you imagine that? Say, go find the wizard. Maybe they'll give you citizenship. Biden said, no, I'm sending him back. That's what he said. So who pays for that? Who pays for that Mexico Greyhound bus?
If you are enjoying these shows, please like and subscribe. Also, share them with your social media. Feel free to comment in the Spreaker chat box or call the dumb line at 347-746-3862. Please keep your messages to 60 seconds or less and keep them clean, no profanity. Keep listening and engage. Do it because I asked you to. This is the Raven out.